What if your anxious attachment isn't a flaw, but a message, your nervous system asking for the skills your life didn't give you a chance to grow? Importantly, this isn't your fault. Anxious attachment is a protective nervous system setting your body learned early. It kept you safer then. Now it sometimes switches on when it isn't needed. The good news, you can retrain it by building specific learnable skills. I'm a senior accredited psychotherapist, clinical supervisor, executive coach, and award-winning researcher. Over 20,000 hours with clients while thinking like a researcher helped me to identify a key question to listen out for. What specific skills are currently underdeveloped for this person, and how is that creating the difficulty they are describing? That inquiry became the Lifelong Capacities Map. 12 meta-domains, 48 competencies, the skills people need to move beyond DSM-5 diagnostic labels, to meet executive coaching challenges, and to translate the wisdom literature into real life. You're not broken. You're being asked to grow these skills. If you live on edge, watching your phone, worrying about the distance between you and others, trying to smooth over conflict at work or at home, you're not alone. Today we'll cover 1. Why anxious attachment takes hold. 2. The exact skills that restore security. 3. A case study that shows the shift, plus a separate guided practice you can use after this video. Our early relationships either do or don't provide a steady sense of safety in relationships. When care was inconsistent, a child learns, "I'm only safe if I work hard to keep you close." Over time, the nervous system sets its baseline higher, vigilant, more watchful, quicker to activate around issues of relational closeness and distance. We develop defences to keep connection, people-pleasing, pursuing, over-explaining, apologising unnecessarily, checking and rechecking. They helped once, later they often become the problem. The more we chase safety, the less safe we feel, and the more we inadvertently drive others away from us. Paradoxically, the very thing we fear. I'll use the phrase anxious attachment for clarity, but it's a pattern, not your identity. Patterns can change. The skills that turn alarm into security. On the Lifelong Capacities Map, anxious activation points to a cluster of skills that can all be improved. Adaptive emotional processing, 1.2. Feeling strong emotion without being swept away. Healthy self-worth, 3.4. My value is intact even when we're apart. Empathic attunement, 4.1. Curiosity about the other rather than scanning for threat. Secure relational boundaries, 4.4. Closeness with room to breathe. Somatic attunement, 8.2. Settling the body so the mind can choose. Perspective taking on self, 10.2. This is a state, not who I am. Adaptive risk-taking, 6.3. Small, brave behaviours that retrain safety. Here's some outcomes that give us hope. We measured change for my clients using the ECRS, Experiences in Close Relationships, Relationship Structures, a brief, validated questionnaire of attachment in different relationships. The anxious attachment subscale sums 3 items rated 1 to 7, so scores can run from 3 to 21. In my dataset of 48 clients, the average age was 42, with a range of 20 to 68. Attachment anxiety reduced from 15.2 out of 21 to 7.1 after about 15 sessions. This is a Cohen's d of 2.365, which is a large effect at better than 99.9% confidence. With targeted skill building, the pattern can shift strongly. This is a statistically significant improvement at better than 99.9% confidence, with a large effect size that is clinically significant. These clients moved from anxious attachment to what is technically referred to as an earned secure attachment. What long-running alarm does to body and mind? When attachment alarm stays high, our body idles too fast. Stress systems stay primed, sleep fragments, recovery lags. People report tension headaches, digestive upset like nausea, cramps, IBS-type flares, and mood swings. In plain English, sustained strain pushes stress chemistry up and gets in the way of rest, repair, and sleep. About longevity, there isn't a clean years lost number for anxious attachment alone. What we can say is simple. In large pooled studies, people with stronger social relationships were about 1.5 times more likely to be alive at follow-up than those who were isolated. That's a higher chance of survival over time. Directionally, secure, sustained connection supports a longer, better life. The leadership lens. At work, anxious patterns look like approval seeking, saying yes to everything, over-preparing, micromanaging, and misinterpreting silence as danger. It's hard to lead if you're trying not to upset anyone. Decisions blur. People can't feel your steadiness. These same skills restore calm leadership presence. Here are 3 skills you can practice now. Firstly, settle your body. This is somatic attunement and adaptive emotional processing. I'll talk you through this. You can do this in about a minute. Plant your feet and feel the floor through your shoes. Breathe longer out, in through your nose, out through your mouth. With your out breath twice as long, for example 3-6 breathing. Unclench, drop your shoulders, soften your jaw, let your tongue rest. Name it kindly. This is my old attachment fear in a new moment. Contact the surface, hand on table, back to chair. Let your body feel supported. This lowers your internal alarm so your thinking brain can re-engage. Secondly, re-anchor self-worth. This is healthy self-worth and secure boundaries. Here's a 2-line script before you reach out to another person with a text, call, or conversation. My value isn't up for negotiation today. I can want closeness and keep my space. What this does for us is it cues our nervous system to act from worth, not worry. Then behave in line with it. If you need to ask clearly. If you need to wait kindly, without chasing. Thirdly, here are some micro-secure behaviours. This is empathic attunement and adaptive risk-taking and perspective-taking on self. These tiny, repeatable acts retrain safety. Message and margin drill. Send a simple, warm message. For example, thinking of you. Hope your day goes well. Then put the phone in another room. Set a 20-minute timer and do one small task like make a cup of tea, step outside, write 3 lines. Why this works? You separate caring from constant monitoring, teaching your body that contact does not require surveillance. Ask, don't guess. Replace mind reading with one plain question. Quick check, are we still on for 6? You trade stories for data. Plan separations, planned anchors. Agree a brief check-in window. For example, let's both message around 8 p.m. Fill the in-between with your goals. clear expectations calm the alarm. Here's a case study about James. James was 39 when we first started working together. He grew up with unpredictable availability from caregivers. As an adult, he sent long texts, replied rapidly, and apologised to keep connection. At work, he was effective but cautious, softening decisions, avoiding firm boundaries. On the lifelong capacities map, his adaptive emotional processing, 1.2, was underdeveloped. He got flooded by his feelings. Healthy self-worth, 3.4, was thin. His worth depended on others. Secure relational boundaries, 4.4, was fragile. And somatic attunement, 8.2, was low. His body was in near constant tension. Here are some interventions we tried. Body first, a 60-second settle before replying. Worth lines, speak the 2-line script before difficult emails or texts. Message and margin, a warm text, phone away, timer on, one small self-chosen task. Leadership boundary, one clean no per week. So, no, not this quarter, followed by a calm, factual rationale. After 6 weeks, his sleep had steadied, the spiral shortened. He led a hard meeting without over-apologising. He could feel closeness and keep his shape. His ECRS anxiety score dropped. His partner said, "You're warm and you're not drowning." Here are some practical next steps you can take. Download the free worksheet, Recovering from Anxious Attachment, your growth map. You'll rate your current skills on the 0 to 5 anchors. Choose one micro-secure action for the week and set 2 somatic settle cues you'll actually use. If you prefer audio, there's a separate 3-minute guided practice linked below. If you want help mapping your pattern and building these skills, book a one-to-one session with me. And if you want the full roadmap, my book, Transform Your Life, walks you through all 12 capacities and 48 competencies, the skill set behind real psychological vitality. You're not broken. You're being called to grow. Patterns change. Security is a skill set and it's learnable.